she's walking from the church.
Here we go, the escalators. We got Danielle sitting down with her VIP group. What's up, Danielle? How you doing? Oh, so beautiful. Incredible. I love like the rainbow hair too. That's incredible. Looks great.
That low line. No time for autographs. It's time for us to end this set. First things first, I got to introduce you to the co-host of the tour. He's the host of The Tonight Show on NBC. It's Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Animations. We got thumbs up. Please turn to the left. Wave goodbye. Our journey begins. Again, my name is Mike. I'm your guide. Mickey is our driver. Let me introduce you now to my co-host. And he's also been the host of The Tonight Show since February 17, 2014. Here he is, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Mike.
And the greatest driver.
Mickey.
They're the best. I love it. Even though
Mike.
only $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Well, thank you, Jimmy. Okay, folks, here are the safety rules. First, if you need any guest assistance, or have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or you have any sound or video issues, reach up, grab the red emergency cord. It runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram. I will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please remain seated, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Our studio is private property. Anytime during the tour you drop your phone or you just cannot wait to use the restroom, for public samples, pull the cord to remain seated. Now, if you do need the restroom, please do not wait till the very last minute because then it might be too late. Please no smoking of any kind during the tour. Be prepared. Our tour today features loud noises, fire effects, and many water effects, so you may get wet. We will also experience sudden tram movements. Secure your personal belongings and hold on. Finally, for your safety and those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while you are on board. And you know, if we are in an animation and something drops off the tram, just for safety, we are never allowed to get off the tram while we are in that animation. That's it for the safety rules. All right, headed to the front lot via Universal's movie timeline. These posters on the right represent a few of the thousands of movies that we have entertained you with down through the years. As we make our turn here, on the right you see the white building This is a real fire station, Fire Station 51, and we salute the firefighters and the first responders. We so appreciate what they all do on a daily basis. First soundstage is coming up on the left. Sound Stage 12. It happens to be the birthplace of the Universal Monsters. It's also a soundstage where Taylor Swift filmed the music video for her song, Me. Now you notice the timeline, movie posters on the right. Well, they're going to move over to the left as we make this next little turn. The very last one you'll see coming up on the left for our Academy Award-winning Best Picture of the Year, Oppenheimer. So far, Universal has won 11 Academy Awards for Best Picture of the Year. Now, in movie theaters right now, the #1 movie in the world from Nintendo, Illumination, and Universal Pictures. It's for the whole family.
Hi, Studio Tour. I'm Charlie Day.
I'm Chris Pratt. Here's a look at our new film, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, only in theaters April 1st.
Universal Studios is part of NBC Universal, one of the world's leading entertainment companies, which includes Universal Pictures, Focus Features, Peacock, and NBC Television. This year, NBC is celebrating its 100th anniversary, from trailblazing radio and television to launching The Today Show, The Voice, Saturday Night Live, The Office, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, and every beloved show in between. NBC has been the home of entertainment, news, and sports for an entire century. We are celebrating the network all year long. Here's a couple of fun NBC facts. Now on April 30th, 1939, NBC started the first regular TV service by broadcasting the opening ceremonies of the New York World's Fair. On April 4th, 1950, NBC's iconic three-chime theme, bum bum bum, became the first sound in the U.S. to be trademarked. How about that? Well, we have more front lot sound stages coming up on the right. We're going to be next to stages 16, 17, where the 5th and final season of the show Hacks, starring Emmy winner, Golden Globe winner Gene Smart film. That 5th and final season is now streaming on HBO Max. Coming up on the right, you have stages 18, 19, where the first season of The Paper with Domhnall Gleeson, Chelsea Fry, and Oscar Nunez film. Currently in stages 18, 19, there's an NDA production, non-disclosure agreement. But we don't have a lot of information about it, but I can tell you their base camp is over here on the left. You always have a base camp for a production, and you try to keep it close to where your production is filming. Keep looking on your left. Look who's standing by car 1, Ted. He's celebrating. He also has a show on Peacock. Ted, executive produced, directed by Seth MacFarlane. Second season of Ted is streaming now on Peacock. Did you notice behind Ted you got small buildings? These are bungalows. They used to be dressing rooms to big stars like Lucille Ball, Paul Newman, but now they are production offices. In the production bungalows, some of Hollywood's top writers, directors, producers come up with an idea for a script. That's in the pre-production phase, when you get everything ready. Some of the production companies you'll find in the bungalows on the left include Mark Platt Productions, who brought Wicked and Wicked for Good to movie theaters. Coming up on the left, Alfred Hitchcock's old bungalow. Alfred Hitchcock, the master of suspense. He directed classic movies like Rear Window, The Birds, Vertigo, and his masterpiece, Psycho. All right, coming up on the left, bungalow 5195. Alfred Hitchcock's old bungalow. Now the De Laurentiis company uses that bungalow. Just a little pass to the Alfred Hitchcock bungalow. Also on the left are the last two sound stages on the front lot. sound stages 25-26, currently being used for the NBC comedy St. Dennis Medical with David Allen Greer, Wendy McClendon-Covey, and Allison Tolman.
Welcome to St. Dennis Medical Center.
St. Dennis Regional Medical.
I have access to some really good stuff, and I will hook you up.
No, man. That was a test.
Like the Avengers, you know?
We're not supposed to have favorite patients, but we do.
I almost don't want him to get better.
Hey, yo, kind of watching.
It's the other one.
Oh my God, that's much worse. Wow.
This show airs Monday nights, 8 p.m. NBC. They're on hiatus right now. They just wrapped their second season a week ago, but they've been renewed for season 3. Now, the fun thing about St. Dennis Medical, they can film indoor scenes inside stages 25-26 on the left there, which is on the front lot. But at this point, we're going to leave the front lot and cross onto the back lot. Look up ahead on the left. You see these buildings? This is the Metropolitan set area. Now, the buildings in the Metro sets are facades, front and side of the building. So there's really nothing inside or on the back. St. Dennis Medical, so close to the back lot, they film those indoor scenes on the front lot, and then they can cross right over and film outdoor scenes on the back lot in the Metropolitan set area. Today we're not able to drive through a good portion of the Metro sets only because there's production here. There's a still photo shoot that they've been working on in the Metro sets. So some of the areas that they're using include the Courthouse Square area, made famous in Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson. But there is a small section of the Metro sets we will be able to take you through after we go up the hill and take you through King Kong 360. Now, when we go up the hill, look to your left, and you're going to look down the west end of New York Street in the Metropolitan set area. This New York Street is one of the areas they've been using for the still photo shoot, and they've been moving all over the Metropolitan set, so we may see some activity. Again, pre-production, you get ready. Production is when you're in your production, you're filming or taking the photographs for the still photo shoot. Post-production, you put the project together and you strike sets. Any sets you built inside sound stages you take down, leave the sound stage empty so another production could move in and use it. Likewise with our backlot outdoor sets, if you've decorated them in any way, in post-production you take everything down that you used to decorate so another production could use the sets. Alright, so we're going to go up the hill, look to the left, the west end of New York Street. Now they've had a closed set, only the crew and cast allowed in the Metro area while they take their photos. Over the years, a lot of productions have made our Metro sets look like New York City. New York City does play a big role in the story of King Kong. As you know, we're headed up to King Kong 360. Here's the Academy Award-winning director of Universal's 2005 film version of King Kong, Mr. Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up an adventure. And to me, Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island. And it's great to have you along for the ride. We're about to return to Skull Island.
Alright folks, adventure awaits us. Please remain seated and hold on. Now many of you may have seen the 1933 version of our King Kong, produced by RKO, that studio, starring Fay Wray. That's the production that inspired Peter Jackson to become a filmmaker. Now that film, the 1933 version of King Kong, for its time period, the special effects are just amazing. In 1976, Dino De Laurentiis produced a version of King Kong starring Jessica Lange and Jeff Bridges. This version of King Kong, by the way, was Jessica Lange's first film, and she and Jeff Bridges then went on to win Academy Awards for their work in film. Peter Jackson's King Kong stars Academy Award nominee Naomi Watts, two-time Academy Award winner Adrian Brody, and Jack Black. Peter Jackson's version won Academy Awards for the sound and the special effects. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. Once you get to Skull Island, you are taken to an entirely different world. And now, let's head back to Skull Island.
No one has lived here for hundreds of years. A war, a hunger for oil. Why did they build the wall?
Was King Kong 360, and that epic battle you just experienced was designed by Peter Jackson and the team at Weta FX. Computer-generated imagery and digital effects have been important tools for movie making for many years, and have helped build the world of some of your favorite Universal pictures, from fantasy to sci-fi to action films and more. Well, we are on the west end of the backlot. So as you know, that puts us on the west end of the metropolitan set area. We are now going to drive the length of the metro sets and head toward the east end. Now, more than one production at a time could use the metro sets because the area is so large. So, if that's the case, you have more than one production using the Metro set, you're going to need a few base camp areas where they can put their production vehicles. On this journey to the east end, I'll point out some of those base camp areas. Look over here. On your left, see the brick wall area? This is a good area for a base camp. Actually, that's not real brick, it's foam rubber. Now, just past the brick walls, you've got an alley. Walls, it's called West Village Alley. And it's called that because the facades look like buildings you'd find in the West Village of New York City. We've just entered London Square. We call it that because these buildings could be a parliamentary structure for a scene in a movie or a TV show. Where that white vehicle was, that's London Alley. And then we have Wall Street Alley coming up just past the church with the white pillars. That's a non-denominational church, so we can get the most film use out of it. So just past the church, Wall Street Alley. Now it's called that because the buildings, the facades, they do look like structures that you would find in Wall Street, New York City. We always keep these sets on the back lot plain looking. So when the productions move in, we make the sets look like any city, any country, any time period, any season of the year that is needed for the project. You've got the base camp for the still photo shoot over here on your left side. Always keep that base camp close to where you're going to be working. Now we try to get you close to everything here. Look to your right. This is the monster mural created by artist Tristan Eaton, honoring the great horror characters from Universal: Dracula, Bride of Frankenstein, Frankenstein monster, creature from the Black Lagoon, and the Wolfman. This base camp area on the left has been used by The Voice NBC show. Look to your left. You see soundstage 34. Behind 34, soundstages 30 and 31. Used by The Voice. Season 29 finale is this Monday
I'm Reba McIntyre.
and Tuesday nights. Reba McIntyre, you heard her voice. She's been a coach on The Voice. And she also works in her NBC comedy, Happy's Place, which shoots on the left in soundstage 33. Let's bring Reba back. She can tell you about her show.
Happy's Place. We shoot our heartfelt comedy right here on Universal Lot. Now, like most TV shows, we are a multi-camera sitcom, meaning several cameras capture every scene from a different angle all at the same time. Each episode takes about a week to make, from the first read-through of the script to rehearsals to taping in front of a live studio audience. And let me tell you, every step is a blast. Enjoy the ride, and we'll see you at Happy's Place.
Thank you, Reba. Her show airs Friday nights, 8 p.m. NBC. Well, you know, when we turn, we do travel fast on the back lot in a short amount of time. On your right, we're in the Wild West. This is our western area, 6 Points, some of it getting remodeled. But remember, we're going fast. We're headed out east now to Amity Island, small New England town terrorized by the shark in one of our biggest hits ever, Steven Spielberg's Jaws. Remember to please stay seated and welcome to our Amity Island. Over on the right, look how nice it is this afternoon at Amity Island. Very calm, very peaceful. We have a little breeze blow. Uh-oh. There's that music. Shark in the water. Did you catch that? They just told the diver to get out of the water. There he is, there he is. Officer George, get out of the water. Shark going under. Headed right to you. Look out, look out. Too late. Poor Officer George.
Clear the area! Repeat, clear the area!
Okay, we're going to clear here. We're going to stay on the upper dock because it's safer up here for us. Oh, look at that lower dock. It's broken. The other lower dock is moving. The gas hose is loose. If there are sparks, there could be a fire. 20th anniversary of the Jaws attraction here on the studio tour. Now, the movie filmed on location on the eastern part of the United States, near the Martha's Vineyard area. See how we beautifully recreated Martha's Vineyard, Cabot Cove, Maine, with our sets. Anytime you work with sets, you're working with a production design, set decoration. And as you look at these sets, well, you might think you're in Cabot Cove, Maine. That would be correct. This area also used for the late great Angela Lansbury's hit CBS show, Murder, She Wrote. Had a very successful 12-year run as a series. But as you know, we travel fast here on the backlot. So from the East Coast, Amity Island, Cabot Cove, Maine, we're just gonna go through this breezeway for production. We are probably gonna stop just for a few moments so you can really enjoy this nice, quiet location that we're pulling you into now of Old Mexico. You know, it gets so quiet, very peaceful. You can often hear the birds chirping away. So just enjoy this nice, quiet respite here on the back lot. Okay, forget what I said. So much for quiet. Hear that thunder? I see lightning flashing also. We have a big storm rolling in. You know, I think that storm's closer. Thunder's louder. Look at that. The rain has started to fall. You know, as I'm watching that rain falling, it looks like it's getting much, much heavier. This is not a good sign at all, folks. Oh boy. That was a very big thunder boomer. Say, now I hear kind of a rumbling sound, very dim. Anyone else hear it? It sounds like it's getting closer. What is that sound? Our flash flood. Left side, flash flood. Take cover. Look out! Now our flood is the result of thousands of gallons of recycled water being released from tanks way up on top of that hill. The water comes down the hill and then it goes right back up again. Well, we're going to be swept out of this section of Old Mexico, and we are about halfway through the tour. How about that? So, I'm just going to remind everyone, please remain seated during the entire tour. Our studio private property. Anytime during the tour, you drop your phone, or you just cannot wait to use the restroom, pull the red cord to get my attention. I will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Well, we've got another section of Old Mexico, which you might recognize this area. It's where the music video for Camila Cabello's song, My Oh My film. But again, you know the drill. We travel fast on the backlot from one area to another. So we're going to leave Old Mexico and welcome you to the Old West. 6 Points. See if you can recognize a couple of the cowboys that were in a scene that filmed here, right here in 6 Points.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. We're not wasting this time. Don't want no trouble. We just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
I hear this where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot here.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while we get good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, pal.
Or you can count on me, pal. Now get.
See how easy it is to take you back to the days of the Wild West. Of course, the horses and the cowboy wardrobe help, but notice how they put dirt over the pavement. And then you get out some Western props, wagon wheels, barrels, crates, put them on the street, and you are transported to that wonderful time of the Wild Wild West. As we get out of 6 points, notice on the left there's a body of water, the Hollywood Ocean, we like to call it. Now, that body of water could be a lake for a production, could be a river, could even be an ocean if you use miniature vessels. Well, we're going to sail over the Hollywood Ocean and swing by one of the most historic locations on the backlot, Little Europe, where we film those monster movies, Dracula with Bela Lugosi, Frankenstein, starring Boris Karloff. We're not able to get into Little Europe today because they're in pre-production for our upcoming Universal Fan Fest nights, kicking off for selected nights on April 23rd. So as we turn, look to the left. These are structures of Little Europe. And we do try to use every available inch on the studio lot for projects. We have Little Europe in this location, also a modern day house, practical set built so you film indoors, outdoors. For the first and second car, look to the left. You see the house, the front of it. Third and fourth car, look to your right. Over our first car, you see the house. That's a practical set built so you film indoors, outdoors. The house sits on Denver Street. It's only been here about 19 years, the house. And we used to film westerns on Denver Street. But as you see, the street's been remodeled to some extent. This area also has the only 2-level soundstage in all of Hollywood. Soundstage 50. Now keep an eye on that red light that's on outside. If it goes red to green, then we have permission to take you through the lower level of Soundstage 50. All right, I see green, we're going in. Please remember to stay seated and hold on. Let's see what we find inside. All right, so this is the lower level in Northern California subway station set. This set is also known as a hot set, fully dressed, ready for filming. So for production, filming to begin, you would hear yelled out, "Places please." Quiet on the set, rolling, you're rolling the film in the camera. And one more word before production begins. It's a very important word. Some of you may know it. Some of you may have experienced it. Action! Once again, everybody, hold on. inspired by the 1974 Universal film Earthquake, starring Charlton Heston. As we exit Soundstage 50, we're going to experience a little deja vu. We'll go by a couple of the areas we've already seen, like our western area 6 Points. So as we turn, you see it there on your right side, Some of the areas getting remodeled. See that construction wall there? Now, remember the first time we came by this area? From the Wild West, we headed out east to Amity Island. That's also where we will experience deja vu. But this time you get a bird's eye view look at Amity Island. And did you know Steven Spielberg was instrumental in helping us get the Jaws attraction for our studio tour?
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created.
Well, thank you, Mr. Spielberg. Now, folks, we've seen a lot of action, so it's time to go somewhere it's a little more peaceful and quiet, like an average suburban neighborhood. Our driver, Mickey, has found one of those neighborhoods. We're going to turn onto Colonial Street. On your screens, a scene from the 1989 Tom Hanks film The Burbs, which filmed on Colonial Street. On the left, count 3 homes in. The third home on the left was the front of the Munsters home, popular 1960s NBC show starring Fred Gwynne, aired in the 1960s. Now the front of the home looks different now than it did on the Munsters. That structure is a facade, front and side of the home, nothing inside or on the back. Take a good look at Colonial Street. For 8 seasons, Colonial Street, known as Wisteria Lane on the ABC Touchstone television series Desperate Housewives. You can currently see Colonial Street on the new Peacock series The Burbs, starring Emmy Award winner Keke Palmer.
What's the deal with that between there have been whispers of which one of us is the murderer? So we're going. Do white ladies love salads? Hell yeah, we're going in.
The Burbs, currently streaming on Peacock. The Peacock series Ted has also used Colonial Street. On your screens, the house where the character Johnny, played by actor Max Burkholder, lives in on Ted. The house has been repainted. It's now, over here on the left side, a cream color. The group Smash Mouth filmed their all-star music video on Colonial Street also. That's a classic. And as we say farewell to our average suburban neighborhood, we're going to take you up Wilderness Road. Now, back in the 1950s and 60s, Wilderness Road was covered in dirt for the NBC TV Western Wagon Train. Wilderness Road is also known as Steven Spielberg Drive. We have a long relationship with this Academy Award-winning director. It goes all the way back to the earliest days of our studio tour.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots.
Thank you again, Mr. Spielberg. Now get your cameras out, folks. Coming up on both sides of our tram car, you're going to see some great picture cars. Picture cars, any vehicle used in production. Remember, you see them on both sides. This first vehicle on the left, the original Glamour Tram. This is what our studio tour vehicle looked like when the tour originated July 15, 1964. But do not forget the right side. Oh, I see some Hummelbills from Ron Howard's Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas film, starring Jim Carrey. Back on the left, there's some Fast and Furious vehicles. Get some great photographs. These are classics. You know, around the corner, we also have a scale replica of LA's iconic landmark, the Hollywood sign. And there's a classic film from Hollywood that's shot right here at Universal in this area. The movie, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Coming up on the right, two of the most iconic sets ever created. The Bates Motel in Norman Bates' house. Hey, look at that car. That car belongs to Marion Crane. She must have checked into the motel. Norman Bates should be around. Yep, there he is. He just came out of cabin 1. He's kind of agitated, kind of troubled there. He's checking out the trunk of Marion's car. Now going back into cabin 1. You know, I bet Marion's going to check out of the Bates Motel. Norman's going to be very nice, bring out her luggage, put it in the trunk of the car. Here he is. That's not luggage. He's carrying Marion Crane. Okay. Let's quietly get out of here before Norman would have a chance at all to see us. Too late. Oh, that was a close one. The movie Psycho caused a sensation when it opened in theaters back in 1960, starring Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates and Janet Leigh as Marion Crane. This movie is for adults, but it still holds up after all of these years.
We all go out of match sometimes.
And around the corner from Norman's house, well, we've got some completely different. One of the most spectacular sets ever created. The airplane crash site set from Steven Spielberg's blockbuster Paramount film, War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around business.
You sit down to talk about the world. I thought, what if the furniture doesn't go down right and it's big and everything? Because it's just something you don't see.
On the left, this is a real airplane, but it was an old airplane. It was not going to fly anymore. Purchased for approximately $60,000 from an airport near Mojave, California, Victorville. They sectioned the plane off at the airport and then flatbed trucks brought it to the back box for the filming. Now we're about 15 minutes from the end of the tour, and we'll be returning to the theme park shortly. Remember to pull the emergency cord if you need assistance and remain seated at all times. Well, from this crash site, we're going to another set, Jupiter's Claim, used in Jordan Peele's movie Nope, starring Academy Award winner Daniel Kaluuya and Emmy winner Keke Palmer. In Nope, Jupiter's Claim is over a UFO hotspot. This film is rated R, but if you haven't seen it, here's part of a G-rated trailer. It'll give you an idea of what the movie Nope is about.
What's up, Studio Tour? I'm Keke Palmer from Jordan Peele's film Nope. What's a bad miracle? Well, you'll have to see our movie to answer that one. Until then, I hope you enjoy your visit to Jupiter's Claim.
Did you see a UFO in that cloud?
Yep. Nope.
I ain't never seen nothing like this.
No.
Are you ready? Oh, yeah. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Hell no.
Nope.
Well, we were thrilled to partner up again with the gentleman who directed the film Nope. He wrote the screenplay, and he's also an Academy Award winner. Here he is, Mr. Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. This, Jupiter's Planet, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of a gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the European hotspot. What's a bad miracle? You're about to find out. Welcome to the world of No.
Cue to get out. So far we've taken you all over Universal, showing you wonderful locations for filming. I want to point out one more. This area up here is called Falls Lake. After we turn, look up ahead on the right, and you'll see a big blue backdrop. One of the largest freestanding backdrops in all of Hollywood. Now below the backdrop, you can fill it in with water. That's how we get the lake for Falls Lake. It takes 3 days to fill the lake in, and the lake holds 2.7 million gallons of water. Harry Styles filmed the music video for his song Falling by the blue backdrop. On your screen, some of the movies including Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, which also used Falls Lake for production. Falls Lake is where Norman Bates stashed his victims in the Alfred Hitchcock thriller. You know, by taking the world-famous studio tour this afternoon, all of you have now become part of our history. Congratulations. And for over 110 years, Universal has been thrilling audiences around the globe. Our founder, Carl Lemley, understood the excitement of going behind the scenes. Now, this excitement of going behind the scenes raised to a new level when the current studio tour opened on July 15th, 1964. We thank each and every one of you for taking the world-famous studio tour. To our past members, thank you for being with us. Not a past member, head up to the Universal box office, find out how to upgrade today's ticket to an annual pass. Make sure you downloaded the Universal Studios Hollywood app so you can confirm park hours. We're open till 7 p.m. And if you'd like to purchase any of the movies and TV shows you saw on the tour, visit the website universalpicturesathome.com. Now don't miss Scooby-Doo Meets the Universal Monsters, a live-action episode that comes to life at Universal Fan Fest Nights.
Okay, trivia players, what is Shaggy's catchphrase?
It's Soix!
There they are.
mystery machine.
Universal Fan Fest Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood.
So you're going to join Scooby-Doo and the gang, explore the back lot, interact with the mayhem, and help solve the chaotic case. Only at Universal Fan Fest Nights. Select nights from April 23rd to May 16th. To find out more and to purchase tickets, visit universalstudioshollywood.com. Don't forget, opening here later this year, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift roller coaster. It's going to be awesome. Speaking of awesome, please give our driver Mickey a big round of applause. He did a great job. Thank you, Mickey. He's actually on the phone to our driver dispatch. He's waiting to get clearance for us to head down that road, make the final turn into unload. So thank you very much for your patience. Hey, while we're here, look on the right. Look at this beautiful overview of the San Fernando Valley, where the city of Burbank, California is located. Now, in the valley on your right, you see there are a couple other major motion picture studios that are our neighbors. Closest to us is Warner Brothers Studios. See the water tower to the right of that, the Warner Brothers sound stages? Now behind Warner Brothers, you have a lot of trees. On the other side of the trees, the Walt Disney Studios, also neighbors of ours here in the valley. All right, thanks again for your patience. We're headed to unload. When we get there, we're going to open the gates. Please watch arms, legs, fingers, toes when the gates open. Watch your step. I'll be in the plaza area if you have any questions. And if you need a restroom when you get off the tram, walk to the other end of the sidewalk, left-hand side, opposite the escalator that you came down on. That's where you'll find the bathrooms. Well, folks, on behalf of myself, Mike, your guide, our driver, Mickey, and all of us here at Universal Studios Hollywood, we hope you've enjoyed this exclusive behind-the-scenes experience. We do have one of our digital studio directories at Unload. That'll help give you the most up-to-date wait times for all the live shows, all the rides, all the attractions, and there's a wonderful photo opportunity experience also set up here at Unload. So if you have the time, get your picture taken. You got the Hollywood sign behind you. When you look at the photo, it looks like the real Hollywood sign. It did warm up, so please stay hydrated as you make your way back into the park and spend the rest of the afternoon into the evening here. But just have a wonderful rest of your time here at Universal Studios Hollywood. And it has really been my pleasure. And as we always say here in Hollywood, when production concludes, that is a wrap. All right, bye-bye now. Have fun. My pleasure. Bye now.